Let me say this without defending behavior. My job is not to defend behavior. My job is to defend something that is criminal behavior. Bad behavior. Mr. Weinstein did not invent the casting couch in Hollywood. Mr. Weinstein did not invent the casting couch in Hollywood. Mr. Weinstein did not invent the casting couch in Hollywood. And to the extent that there is bad behavior in that industry, that is not what this is about.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today I bring you some great news. Finally, Harvey Weinstein has been arrested. He turned himself in this Friday morning, which is May 25th, 2018, on charges of rape, committing a criminal sex act, sexual abuse, and sexual misconduct. This has been coming for a long time. He is out on bond, but the bond is $1 million in cash. It's $10 million total, but you pay 10%, so it's $1 million cash bond. He has a GPS ankle monitoring device. He has to relinquish his passport, and he has to stay within New York or Connecticut because the actual arrest happened in the state of New York. So he's pretty much on lock and key. He really can't go anywhere. He is most certainly a flight risk. He could be like Roman Polanski, who, in my opinion, should be in the penitentiary right now, but he left to Europe a long time ago, and they can't get him back. They can't extradite him from wherever he is. I don't know if he's in Poland or wherever, but they can't get him back. I think Harvey Weinstein would do the same thing. He'd go overseas, and you never see him again, at least not in the U.S. So I'm glad this is happening. This is a result of a lot of women coming out. I think the actual case we're talking about right now involves two women. I don't know their names specifically, but I'll put articles about this, of course, in the description box below. A lot of very prominent women have come out because obviously Harvey Weinstein is a Hollywood producer. You had Ashley Judd, Rose McGowan, among many others who came out and said that he is a rapist. He is somebody that coerces women into having sex with him. You know, pay for play, quid pro quo, the classic casting couch. I've not heard about all the drugging and raping that Bill Cosby did, but I have heard about a lot of devious things from Harvey Weinstein. There was a model that got caught on audio talking about Harvey Weinstein and how she was trying to manipulate him. This guy is a total sleazebag, and I'm glad that he's finally at least being brought to the stage of going through trial to attempt to get him locked up for what he has done. Now, this is really just a symptom of Hollywood in total. This is not just Harvey Weinstein. This is not just Bill Cosby. This is not just Roman Polanski. This is about Hollywood in general. It's a kind of culture that goes on that everybody knows about. Well, mostly everybody. You know, most of the producers, most of the girls, and the men as well, the parents that have their children there, which is a whole different story, and I digress. They pretty much know what Hollywood is all about. You got to know certain people. You got to sometimes play to get paid. That's kind of what it is in Hollywood. But unfortunately, sometimes you have these new people that come from all over the country. Let's say you have a girl, she's 18 years old, and she wants to go to California to pursue her dreams. She gets into a room where she's sitting with Oprah and Harvey Weinstein. She's talking to Oprah about her career. Maybe she did something, a smaller production. Oprah saw it, and then Oprah's right there saying, hey, you know, meet this guy right here. He can help you with your career. He's helped X, Y, and Z person. And then he could list a list of accolades that he has done. He can show, you know, money or whatever. He can sell her a dream. All of a sudden, it's just this girl, 18 years old, and Harvey Weinstein in the room in some random hotel together by themselves. What's going to happen? Unfortunately, this situation is not uncommon. It's kind of just what happens in Hollywood. Some girls would not allow themselves to get in that situation. Some girls would. Some girls have no other choice. And a situation with Bill Cosby, he may force you into that situation. Like, you may be there or kind of on the way there, but he'll accelerate the process by putting something in your drink. There was a movie about this long before all the Bill Cosby stuff came out. It starred making good. It was on BET. You might not have seen it. I forget the name of it, but if I remember or if I can find it, I'll put that in the description box. It followed her journey coming from small town, podunk nowhere, to LA, or she might have been in LA already. I don't really know. But the point is that she came from just being a regular girl, innocent, into getting into the Hollywood life. She was a video girl. At first, everything was innocent. It was all good. And then things got seedier and seedier and seedier. And now she needed more work. The level of things she would do would kind of increase. And then also the people that she were around started to change. She got into drugs. She got into alcohol. And then, spoiler alert, this is not some kind of big budget, super produced movie. It's a small movie, but at the end of the movie, she finds herself in this random hotel room with a guy who claims he is a producer. He's putting something in her drink, and then next thing you know, she's, walking throughout the hotel, dizzy, confused, or whatever, and then the screen kind of fades off, and then they do a shot of a dumpster that I assume is close to the hotel, and they're trying to swing the camera around to the back of the dumpster. And at that point, you're thinking, okay, she's chopped up in there, she's dead or whatever. But what ends up happening is she's just laying behind a dumpster sleeping and she's okay. But the way the movie was going, you could see the trajectory of this girl coming from being innocent, happy-go-lucky, naive, to being a Hollywood girl, being involved with that lifestyle, being involved with the drugs, being involved with the party, and being involved with the sex. And then she's 25 years old and get found chopped up behind a dumpster. That's kind of how it is in Hollywood. A lot of times you don't hear about it because sometimes it's like low-level actresses or people that didn't really make it. A lot of the people that are on the street right now are homeless. I mean, think about it. How many of them came from somewhere else to Los Angeles in hopes of making it? And what are you going to do to make it? It's a lot of competition out there. People, it's a kind of a cutthroat industry. You heard about Pussycat Dolls, this singing group who were accused of being part of a prostitution ring. You heard about Allison Mack and Keith Raniere and that sex cult up in New York. You heard about stuff like that. These are not uncommon things, unfortunately, in the music industry, in the television, movie industry. It's very common. You heard about my man Corey Feldman talking about what happened to him, how he was around pedophiles when he was a young boy that took advantage of him. There's all these stories that happen as a result of the toxic Hollywood culture. So my thought, my hope, and my wish in this whole situation as I close is that you get more guys like Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein. All these guys are tip of the iceberg. There is many more of these guys out there that exist that are currently doing the same things that these guys are accused and or convicted of doing right now. Hopefully this whole culture comes to an end. But then again, like I said, a lot of competition. What are you going to do to get to the top? A lot of it is consensual, but many times, like I said, about that one girl or one guy who may come from small town nowhere, who is naive and doesn't understand the culture, they get wrapped up in it and then they get tossed to the side after the industry is done with them. So what do you think? Do you think that Harvey Weinstein will be found guilty of his crimes? If you think so, please explain to me why. Do you think that there's a racial element as to why it took Harvey Weinstein a while to get arrested and Bill Cosby got arrested before him? I mean, I don't think you could really say that because their cases actually are not really that similar. Harvey Weinstein, he had more sexual misconduct allegations, not as many rape allegations. Bill Cosby had like 60 rape allegations and the drugging and stuff like that. So the severity of the crimes are much different. But let's just say, for the sake of the argument, that they are the same. Well, the bail conditions and whatnot are the same as well. Bill Cosby had $1 million cash bond. So does Harvey Weinstein. Both have ankle monitoring. And actually, Bill Cosby, sorry. If I've been calling him Bill, I'm sorry. But Bill Cosby got his ankle monitoring device after the actual conviction. So he's on the ankle monitoring device and house arrest until the sentencing, which is 75 days from the date of the actual verdict. So whenever that is, he'll be back in court for the sentencing, and then they'll figure out what his fate is going to be. Is it going to be prison? Is it going to be jail? It's going to be more house arrest. What's going to be the actual sentence for his crimes? He's 80 years old. So, I mean, if you give him like a 10-year sentence, that could be a life sentence for him if he's, go to the penitentiary. Harvey Weinstein, I don't know how old he is. He's got to be at least in his 60s, I suppose. But who knows what the actual punishment is going to be. But for right now, the current situation that Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby are in is the same. Now, he's not on house arrest Harvey Weinstein, that is. But then again, he has not been convicted yet. The conditions he's under right now is until the actual trial date. Then he'll go get a conviction or acquittal, whatever the case may be. Then it'll be a while before he gets sentenced. It won't be, you get convicted and then sentenced right away. It'll be a little while before that happens, but we'll see. I know there's going to be an appeal in the Bill Cosby case and also in the Harvey Weinstein case if he's found guilty. But do you think that they both should be in jail? Do you think neither should be in jail? Do you think one should be in jail, not the other? Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.
Mr. Weinstein did not invent the casting couch in Hollywood.